Could we please do a roll call?
Okay, Commissioner Conklin,
Present.
Commissioner Ferens, Commissioner Kashelhofer,
Present.
Commissioner Thayer, Commissioner Thorne,
Present.
Commissioner Van Mark,
Present.
Trent Care for Superintendent Degenfelder. I don't think he's here. And Chairman Tartar.
Present.
We have a quorum, sir.
Everybody should know the board now, if the audience as well as our staff would introduce themselves, and we'll start with Director McComey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dale McComey, Director for the State Construction Department.
Shelby Carlson, School Facilities Division Administrator with the State Construction Department.
John Rexis, Project Management Supervisor for School Facilities.
Devin Kinney, Wyoming Attorney General's Office.
Tabitha Wolf, Wyoming Attorney General's Office.
Can we start over here?
Dan Sullivan, Director of Facilities. Dr. Joe Libby, Superintendent of Water One. Andy Knapp, Second Director of Sport Operations, Simon County. Troy Decker, Facilities Director, Sheridan Two. Greg, Facilities Director, Park One.
Thank you all very much. Oh. Well, I thought she was sitting next to you. Oh. Nice meeting you. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the next item on our agenda is approval of the agenda. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I'd move to also on the agenda include an update for the Director and Administrator on the Teton County School District Number 1 Mercer, as well as other Mercers that are currently in the hopper that we anticipate having done fairly soon. If we could add those above the consent items, Mr. Chairman.
Do I hear a second on that motion?
I second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion on it. Discussion on the motion. Discussion on the motion. Since you're ready to vote, all those of approving the agenda as amended, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. So moved. We will, because of that, we did change the agenda. We'll ask for the update now, set up above the consent items.
All right, Mr. Chairman. So to give you an update on the Mercers that I see being completed fairly soon, that are moving heavily right now. Riverton Rendezvous Elementary School, which was an adequacy Mercer that we approved last June, is moving well. And I think we'll be hearing from Stasis relatively soon on that particular elementary school Mercer that was done for adequacy. Laramie 1 East High School is moving along well. We're working on setting a meeting with the district here within the next couple of weeks. I know they've got a spring break coming, so we will be trying to set a meeting to visit with them regarding that Mercer. It's moving well. And then Teton 1. We did meet with Teton 1 leadership along with some of their local board members as well as local legislators last week. It was a 2-day meeting. It went really well, really looking at some different options and trying. We got on the ground because we really wanted to understand how a lot of those rooms are being used, what things actually look like on the ground, and look for options to help them work through the adequacy issues that they're dealing with. I think that went really well. We came through with a lot of information that we're going to dig into deeper. District helping us with information, helping our consultant with information, and us taking a look at some of those issues. So I think that's going well. I anticipate once we pull this additional information together, that Mercer will come together relatively quick. So those are the three. There's certainly some work going on the others, but those are the next three that I anticipate will be bringing before you probably within the next month to 2 months. And
Thank
that's
you,
it.
Mr. Chairman.
Any
Do you have any
questions?
questions?
I don't.
Okay, thank you very much. The next item we have is our consent agenda. The first one is the approving the previous business meeting. And then we'll go through our financial report and we'll approve that as one item under the consent agenda. So are there any additions or corrections to the minutes from the previous meeting? Any additions or corrections to the minutes of the previous meeting? Seeing none, we'll move on to our financial report. Are there any questions, additions, or corrections to the financial report? Any additions, questions to the financial report? Since there are none, we'll now vote on approving I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Since you're ready to vote, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Same sign. So moved. Next item would be on your folder, would be tab 3. Their action items, Sweetwater School District number 1, Mercer Study, Rock Springs High School. I'd entertain a motion to approve, and then we'll go through our discussion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the most cost-effective remedy study for Rock Springs High School as presented yesterday and during the work session.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Anybody virtually want to have any discussion? As a board member? Seeing none, since you're ready to vote, all those in favor of approving the Mercer for Rock Springs High School, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. So moved. Next item's tab 4. It's the Bondurant Storage Building Disposition from Sublette County School District. I'd entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the commission approve the State Construction Department's recommendation.
I need a second.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Chairman, don't we usually do a little quick rundown on some of these items just for those who weren't in our work session yesterday?
We can.
I'm okay. It seems like usually they give us a
We
quick
can.
synopsis for
We'll do
those in
that.
the room here who weren't there yesterday.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This action item is based on a request from Sublette County School District number 1, who approached us with a letter on February 11th, requesting disposition of their Bondurant ES storage building. This building has a 5-year projected FCI of 0.289 currently, but it does increase to a 0.376 in 2 years, according to the most recent facility condition assessment. The building was established in 1951 and originally served as a school, but in 1987, Sublette County School District 1 constructed a new school facility and converted this building to storage. It's currently located on land owned by Sublette County School District, and they were recently approached by local residents whose family homesteaded in that area. That family has a plan to move, preserve, and refurbish the old Bondurant ES on a separate site in order to retain its historical and cultural significance. As a part of the proposed donation, all costs associated with the relocation, preservation, and site remediation, as determined by Sublette County School District, are to be assumed by the recipients. Disposition of the building will not impact capacity within Sublette County School District 1. And the Board of Trustees has already had their public hearing in regards to the disposition, and it is included in their facility plan. The recommendation from the State Construction Department is that the School Facility Commission approve Sublette County School District 1's request to dispose of the Bondurant ES storage building as being in the best financial interest of the state and public, with the understanding that any costs and revenues incurred by the disposition of the building shall be accounted for in the district's facility plan and considered in any building or facility remedy for that district. And with that, I'll open up for any questions you may have.
Are there any further questions? Any further? Thanks, Tom, for reminding me of that. Anyway, okay, all those in favor of approving the recommendation we made earlier, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. And let's regress for the cover up for my hair a little bit. Why don't we do the recommendation on the Rock Springs Mercer? Just go through that briefly and, you know, I skipped that and I certainly apologize to everybody for that. And if we could, you know, give that part, although we have already approved it, but.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman. So I'll just briefly cover the history. In 2024, the legislature appropriated just shy of $60 million to do the design and construction of a remedy for Rock Springs High School and Sweetwater number 1, looking for the most cost-effective remedy to address the adequacy issues with that high school. In May, we hired FEA to do that most cost-effective remedy. They ended up carrying 3 options through the process. They looked at renovating the existing high school. With that remedy, they would have ended up with 115,000 excess square footage based on the number of additions that had been made to that high school. They looked at that option. They looked at rebuilding a new high school on the existing site. As we talked, that was a restricted site, so we retained a lot of the issues that revolved around that existing site. And the third option they looked at was expanding the satellite high school, which was built in and opened in 2021. When that design was done, they had actually looked at building the entire high school on that site. So the design is in its very preliminary stages. A lot of the infrastructure is already in place at that site, and that site became the most cost-effective remedy to address the adequacy issues. And so that was the Mercer that we moved forward with the recommendation as the most cost-effective remedy. And that study was your written determination on that most cost-effective remedy to resolve the adequacies issues at Jackson Hole High School. And I take any questions. Oh, what did I say? Jackson, excuse me, Rock Springs High School. That's what you get when you're not looking at your notes, I guess.
Are there any other questions on the Rock Springs High School? Okay, I apologize too, so. The next item that we have is item 5. Albany County School District disposition of Notch Peak teachers and classroom. John.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We received a letter from Albany County School District number 1 on November 14th, requesting and conveying their intent to close and sell Notch Peak teacherage and classroom. For the district, the last time a student attended at this location was school year 2021-2022. The teacher modular classroom was purchased in 2015 and was not included in the 2023 facility condition assessment. The building is located on leased land and is no longer of any use to the district, and disposition of the building will not impact capacity as the classroom portion is 48 square feet. Albany County School District 1 Board of Trustees held a public hearing on November 13th, 2024, followed by board approval of the disposition of property, and it is included in Albany County School District 1's facility plan. Their intent is to advertise and collect sealed bids on that park model camper. And with that, I'll open up for any questions you may have.
questions? Any questions?
Mr. Chair, if it's your pleasure, I would be happy to read the recommendation.
Please do.
The State Construction Department recommends the School Facility Commission approve Albany County School District 1's request to dispose of Notch Peak Dietrich as being in the best financial interest of the state and public, with the understanding that any costs and revenues incurred by the disposition of the building shall be accounted for in the district's facility plan and considered in any building or facility remedy for the district, including any required remediation of the site.
I'd entertain a motion.
I move the commission approve the state construction department's recommendation as indicated.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Any discussion? Since you're ready to vote, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. So moved. The next item is, if any of the public would like to make comments now, you can come up to the mic and make comments, and we allow normally 5 minutes for any comments. And I don't see a rush yet. So, Dan, you don't want to get up and say something? Okay. Okay, seeing none, the next item would be I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second? Second.
Yeah, it was quick. I was asleep at the wheel.
Oh, there's Brad.
Is there anybody online with comments?
Mr. Chair, if I could, please.
Brad,
Yeah, this is Brad LaCroix from Weston One. If I could, Mr. Chair, I have two questions that I would like the board to entertain, knowing that this isn't the most timely way to ask for a response, but would like to get them out for discussion, please.
okay, go for it.
Okay, my first question revolves around a PM for what we have been doing in Weston One for preventative maintenance. We've had one of these for over 15 years, and something has changed where now that has to come out of general fund money. I was wondering if the board could entertain the idea of not making that change, or at least being able to explain to us what did change to have this happen.
Okay, let me, great.
Mr. Chairman, perhaps I can shed some light on.
John, we'll try to answer your question on that.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Lacroix. I believe we're discussing the service contract for your mechanical systems. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, we recently had and have had in the past a major maintenance request from Weston County School District to use major maintenance funds for an ongoing service contract. And we asked them for a copy of that contract. It has been approved in the past, although I'm not sure it's necessarily been elevated to the administrative level within our department. So when the request came through to one of our new project managers, they came to me to discuss it, and we asked them for a copy of that service contract. And within it, there are things that, according to statute, are eligible for major maintenance expenditures, and some things that fall more in line with routine maintenance, such as cleaning and filter changes and things like that. So the conversation thus far with that district has been that we can't allow the full contract to be covered with major maintenance funds, because we don't believe that some of the services as a part of that contract are eligible. But we haven't reached a resolution yet. I believe we still have some more discussion to be had with that particular district in regards to this contract so that we can see how it can be structured to help them out. And we certainly understand that it's difficult sometimes for them to get the service that they need, and they have a somewhat constrained general fund budget.
That's my next one.
But I can certainly ask Mr. Lacroix to weigh in further on that. But I would say that they do have some difficulty getting the help that they need to perform some of those services. So it's just a matter of how we structure that contract, and so that the state is taking care of the state's responsibility through major maintenance, and the district is taking care of their routine maintenance responsibility through their general fund.
Thank you. Your other question was?
Would the board ever reconsider, we're a pipeline school. And so prior to the school's facilities, when the Department of Ed was doing all of the construction, that's when Weston 1 and 7 both were part of the pipeline schools. And to go back to the early reference, not only do we have problem with services, but we're actually, in my opinion, underfunded about 60,000 square feet. And I was wondering if there would ever be a chance where the commission could re-examine that as well, and then maybe that would help us with the reallocation of the major maintenance funding from the state and major maintenance funding that had to occur through general fund.
Director McCombie?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We actually tried to tackle that issue with the select committee this past year. And in fact, there was a change made in statute that we talked about yesterday. So my proposal for the select committee last year for an interim study was to try and fund major maintenance on the total square footage of a building, not the current formula where you kick in ADM and those sort of things. There was some question during that discussions with the select committee at their interim meetings as to whether that would be constitutional to do that, because there might be some schools that would perhaps take a hit on their funding, other schools may not. And so what the select committee elected to do was to move forward twofold. Number one was to increase the formula from a 2% value of your CRV to a 2.5% value of CRV, and then increase the number from the 115% allowable for excess square footage up to 135% of excess square footage. Ultimately, that bill passed, that came through select committee, with the exception it was modified on the Senate side to make the funding for the 115 to 135% eligible only for 1 year. And so there is an increase in major maintenance coming this year for the school districts. I haven't calculated out the percentage, but last year we're at about 178 million total, and this is an additional 38 million on top of that. So the districts will see a substantial increase. The other thing that came out of that bill is the 2% increase to 2.5% is moving forward in the future. So that's not a one-time thing. So that's approximately a 25% increase in major maintenance funding for the districts. I'm hoping this year, I believe there'll be a discussion again, as was mentioned yesterday by the chairman of Select, Senator Landon, that he hopes that there'll be a discussion on major maintenance on a couple of different issues. My conversations with the chairman was I'd like to figure out how we can keep that increase into the future from the 115 to 135% of excess square footage as part of that. So hopefully, if management council does agree to, again, tackle the issue of major maintenance, we can have that broader discussion with that. I certainly understand some of the issues, particularly that the smaller districts have, and those districts maybe in the more rural parts of the state, the challenges they have with some of their routine maintenance. mixed in with their major maintenance, and I'm certainly agreeable to, on behalf of the department, if we do get the interim topic discussion on, routine maintenance, or I meant on major maintenance to bring those issues to the forefront. And today, Mr. Chairman, at 10 o'clock, I think you're aware, we've, put together a facility managers meeting, and, that's topics that we can discuss. And if the districts feel strongly, I think that's something that when they attend, future select committee meetings, they can bring up some of these issues. The situation is right now is major maintenance and routine maintenance are defined in statute. There are gray areas. There's always, exactly where do you draw that line? But we have to follow the statute. So I think in some cases it may take a statutory change. And I think, my primary focus as director is to maintain our existing buildings that we have. And if that will help in that avenue, I'd certainly be supportive of those discussions with the select committee.
Thank you very much. Does that answer your questions?
It's a start. All I would ask is, as we have those conversations and they're continuing, we would love to have a stump at the campfire.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any other public comments? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Chairman, I just have one question. I know we're not taking a lot of discussion, but I've not heard the term pipeline schools before, so I was just wondering what is the reference to a pipeline school?
Well, Mr. Chairman, post Campbell, and so that was in like 1996, the first Campbell rulings. And then the commission was formulated back in 2000. So there was about a 4-year period there where the state was funding what they called pipeline schools. They were moving through, but they didn't come through the commission at that point in time.
Yeah, Buffalo was one of those. So, okay, any other comments or questions? I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Okay, and serve it up at the next one.
All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
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 Same sign.
We need to do
So moved.
is
Mr. Chairman, if I could, for members of the audience. So we were not going to have a Zoom meeting as part of the facility managers meeting. We were just going to, work the discussions coming up with the folks in the room. But with the storm event that happened, we asked that we also set that up as a Zoom meeting. So when we begin our discussions later this morning, we will have a Zoom meeting. And so those folks that can come back online and become part of that discussion also.
What time do you think that'll start? So,
Well, we've got it scheduled for 10. I hate to start earlier than that because I think there'll be
till
people,
10?
yeah, that will kick back in. Certainly with the folks in the room, we can kind of have some discussions. We're probably going to have to get the room kind of reorganized and things like that for our meeting versus a forum with the commission. So.
Very good. Okay, everybody, thank you. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Be safe traveling home.
See ya.